So a big portion of this channel has been dedicated to Marvel's new Ultimate Universe, and you guys have been pretty vocal. I think you guys are loving the stories just as much as I am, and I've been loving making the videos. So when it came to DC's new Absolute Universe, I was like, I gotta cover this. I've been waiting for these things to come out, and the first issue of this overall narrative of DC's new Absolute Universe just came out today with the DC All-In Special. It all starts here. So the story opens up with Darkseid looking down at a machine below him, saying, "It started as an idea, as a way for me to be more. This machine took time to build, crafted with Element X, and forged together as a device with parts from the past, present, and future, designed purely to work only for one person, and the only person that it'll work for is the one that it is bound to by blood." And he cuts off his own hand, letting his blood drip into the core of this machine, and we see it light up and start whirring in front of him, saying, "Bonding in progress." And as each droplet falls into this light, Darkseid looks down and smiles, saying, "Yes," before the machine turns off, saying, "More needed." This process is then interrupted by all the other children of Apokolips coming up to him, with Kalibak saying, "Sorry for intruding, father, but we had to see you. You've been up here working, isolated for so long. We weren't sure what your thoughts were, but then we realized you were giving us a chance to take charge. We scoured the universe to gather the fiercest species, the fiercest warriors, Daxamites, Zarnians, White Martians, everybody. The greatest army Apokolips has ever seen. If your parademons are your foot soldiers, then the paradevils are your knights." At this very moment, the heroes are weak in their own universe. Of course, referring to the Absolute Power event, where all the heroes were devoured and hunted by the rest of Earth. The heroes are weak, their power is diminished, they're consumed by earthly conflicts. We can destroy them once and for all. And Darkseid looks back simply and says, "No." "No?" Kalibak says. "Why? We've built you something so magnificent. Have you forgotten who you are?" "Perhaps I have, Kalibak," he says. "The truth is, a few days ago, I felt a surge of power like nothing I've ever known. Whatever that blast was, it awakened something in me. I have a hunger to know and find out what it was, and I must do that alone." He then turns around and shoots an Omega Beam at him, saying, "Go," before Kalibak says, "No, we are your blood. We will not leave you. Whatever you are seeking, we will help with." And Darkseid stops for a second before charging at him, stabbing straight through his stomach, saying, "You're right, you are my blood." And then he lifts him up and throws him straight into the machine before it says, "Bonding complete." And then we jump down to Earth with narration from Superman saying, "It started as an idea, a symbol of our unity. Everyone brought something to the table. Steelworks, Wayne Tech, Queen Industries, and Terrific Tech built the hardware, the technology, before alien technology from Krypton and Thanagar, powered by the Speed Force, was then pulled together by Green Lantern's architectural willpower, and then Wonder Woman blessed it by the gods and infused it with magic and forces from beyond the earthly plane. The Justice League has always been made up of the best of us, so it needed to be the same." Now, what is this thing we're talking about? Well, it's actually, as you can see if you zoom in, a little Justice League ID card, kind of like the Avengers have always had. If you watched Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, you probably recognize that. They're kind of having their own thing here, but they're making it more than just a card, in a way that we'll understand here in a minute. We then see a montage of everybody in the DC universe getting these cards, as Superman continues, "In the past, we've limited our ranks, but this time, we knew it was necessary to invite everybody. We see Starfire get a card, we see Blue Beetle, Roy Harper, even Robot Man and Metamorpho who turn it down. Supergirl, Damian Wayne rejects the offer, Fire and Ice both join excitedly, before Superman says, 'Though there was someone that I needed to deliver it to in person.' And we see Booster Gold saving a bunch of kids from a burning building, with Skeet saying, 'Excellent work, sir. Grade A superheroing. You want me to upload this to our socials?' And Booster's like, 'Don't bother.' He returns the kids to their parents, who ask, 'Do I need to tip you or something? Do I need to like subscribe?' And Booster says, no, nothing like that. I'm done with shameless promo," before flying off and being met by Superman, Booster Gold says. And we get more narration saying, "Some of my peers see Booster as a joke, but I always saw someone with the best intentions, who sometimes got in his own way." "Wait, am I in trouble?" Booster asks. "I swear, whatever Ted told you is a lie." And Superman says, "Calm down, it's nothing like that. In the past, the Justice League hasn't always welcomed you with open arms. You've had a few ups and downs over the years, but I kept my eye on you. Your growth as a hero is unquestionable. Here, you earned this." And he hands him a card, and Booster looks down at it saying, "Finally." And you see this and you're like, okay, that's cool interaction, great character moment, but what about this machine? It's bonded now. Before he can put it to use, Darkseid starts looking for somebody, scouring every single realm that he can. He goes to hell and starts killing people, saying, "Where is he?" while spraying Omega Beams around. He visits heaven and starts killing people there. He's not here, Darkseid. Then tell me where to find him, Zoriel. He visits the dark side of the moon and finds Eclipso sitting on a throne before letting out a primal scream and trying to shoot him with Omega Beams before getting cut short as Eclipso stands, saying, "There are few beings as powerful as the great Darkseid, but here, where the light doesn't shine," and we see him manipulating the paths of his Omega Beams to surround him but not touch him, saying, "Eclipso is stronger." And we see Darkseid literally bending to his will. "I see it now," he says, "why you're doing this. You sensed the truth, didn't you? The truth about yourself. In a moment, you'll be dust." Eclipso laughs and says, "Why is that?" "Because that's when I set the timer on the boom tube." And exactly as he said, the entire thing blows up, burning Eclipso to a crisp. "Checkmate," Darkseid says, before noticing a chain on the ground, following it, and going down a couple steps into darkness. "Finally, I will know the truth," he says, standing before someone on the ground, "because you will tell it to me. Jim Corrigan, the Spectre." And then some of the most powerful beings in the universe appear from behind him. This is where your quest ends. The Spectre is the wrath of God. There is no way to force it to bond with any being with whom it doesn't wish to bond. So all of this entire journey was for nothing. And Darkseid smiles, saying, "That's all true, but I've taken steps to change the rules. I've built a machine, you see." And we start to finally learn what this machine actually is and what it's for. "It's a miracle machine," he says, "and now all I have to do is make a wish." And all of the beings start screaming, "No, don't do this!" And I wish to bond with the Spectre. And because this miracle machine was bonded to him by blood, it follows his commands and bonds the Spectre with Darkseid. We then see all the heroes that were invited to the Justice League coming together, flying through space, coming through the boom tube, all meeting together in the brand new Justice League Watchtower. We see literally everybody coming together to meet here, and we get some narration from Mr. Terrific saying, "If we're gonna have the biggest roster ever, we need the biggest base ever. Powered by magic and science, run by our head of security, the Question. So, with great honor, we welcome you to the Justice League Unlimited. This is more than our headquarters. It's home, a place to pool resources, support each other, and communicate. We're better together. These membership cards are so much more than they seem, more than just access to the Watchtower, more than just identification. Each card is yours. It's to help augment your powers and pair you with others that can do the same. But this card here is gonna remain blank, to represent the next hero to join our ranks, to symbolize that there will always be more members, more heroes, more Justice League." And then we see everything start to go haywire. All the screens go red. Red electricity bounces all throughout the room. "We have a breach," Batman says. "Security protocols activate." "Finally, I will know the truth," Zatanna says, very clearly possessed. "Because you will tell it to me, Jim Corrigan, the Spectre," Hal Jordan says. "Will be," Raven says. "Darkseid," Dr. Fate says. "Darkseid is," Swamp Thing says. And then we see all of the possessed shooting Omega Beams out of their eyes as the moments from Darkseid's search for Jim Corrigan burned through the pages. "Get ready," Batman announces. And then Darkseid, merged with the Spectre, appears through a portal, saying, "Finally." And we see his hand fixed up with some gigantic axe, the Spectre hood hanging behind him with a cape, and all the Justice Leaguers form together. "Darkseid is bonded with the Spectre?" Superman says. "If that's the case," Hal Jordan replies, "Darkseid has gone from ruler of Apocalypse to death itself." Darkseid then slams his axe on the ground, saying, "It is done. Stop resisting and tell me the truth. What was the surge that I felt?" "Terrific. How can I help?" Booster Gold asks. "Darkseid's here, but he also isn't. He's out of sync. Reality is shifting around him. Every move is pure chaos. I've never seen anything like it." And then we see something happening to the blank Justice League card. And Batman says, "Booster, don't just stand there. Fight!" And we see all these heroes charging Darkseid. This epic battle with literally everybody involved. "If it's a fight you want, so be it. But you will tell me what has been hidden from me," Darkseid screams. And Zatanna actually starts talking to the other magic users, saying, "The Spectre is one of the most powerful forces in the universe, so Darkseid must have had to go to great lengths to merge with him. But I can sense that Spectre resists his control, which means that the bond is not complete. Our best chance of putting a stop to him is to separate them." And they all form together to cast a spell. We then see Wonder Woman wrap him up with a lasso. Batman wraps him up with chains. Diana of the Amazons. "Many might fear your lasso of truth, but not Darkseid. The truth is all that I was after this day. Now I have found it, and it is glorious." We then see Zatanna cast a protection spell on Superman, saying, "This will protect you from the Spectre, but not Darkseid." And as Batman and Wonder Woman are pulling on their ropes to keep Darkseid Darkseid restrained. Wonder Woman says, "Now, Kal, do it!" And Superman charges at him, with Wonder Woman continuing, "We can't hold him, now or never." And in this gateway that Darkseid came through, Superman releases his energy, casting a spell back to him, saying, "Your bond with Spectre is no more, Darkseid. Free him." And then we see a red world coming out of Earth, separating from it, as cracks of red light start to show on Darkseid's body, and he disappears, saying, "Thank you." Darkseid ends. Is Darkseid dead? They ask. Did he thank us? And then we see this entire fight from Darkseid's point of view, and it tells a different story. Exactly like Zatanna said, Spectre was not giving up so easily. He was trying to resist, and so the reason Darkseid ended up in the Watchtower is because Spectre brought their body there, hoping that the Justice League would be able to help, which is why Darkseid said, "It is done. Stop resisting and tell me the truth. What was the surge that I felt? If it's a fight you want, so be it, but you will tell me what has been hidden from me." And the entire time this fight is happening, we see that there's also a mental battle happening between Spectre and Darkseid. "Look around," Spectre says. "This is who you are. This is your part. You are a key player in this universe. Relish it. Everything has a balance. Our reality may be complex, but there's a raw simplicity to it. At its core is life, hope, and a lot of that hope is purely embodied by someone like Superman. But there's an opposing force to that too. Constraint, control, and that's embodied by you. You are an essential force, Darkseid. And what if I want more?" Darkseid says. And we see this fight with the Justice League playing out as him just fighting the Spectre, symbolizing their battle. And we get some narration from Darkseid saying, "But he doesn't answer, because suddenly I know, and I see my role. I'm there, fighting them all, and I'm taunting them, but I'm not there, because I'm too busy seeing my story in its entirety. I see every fight I've had, every fight that I will have, and I see that he's right. This role of mine, being more at times, less at times, a god, a pawn, this is what it would always be, but I'm finished with always." And we see him fighting Superman, but the Spectre's words come out instead. "You see what you are? Darkseid is." And Darkseid says, "No, Darkseid was. Thank you." Darkseid ends, and then it happens. He narrates, "I end. I let them tear the Spectre from me. I allow myself to die. But now, bound by no relationships to Earth, to the Kryptonian, to anything, I'm alone. And I go somewhere new. If that world is driven by life, by hope, then this new world will be driven by the opposite. This will be a world where heroes are born facing greater odds, raised in hell rather than paradise." And we see absolute Wonder Woman, where all their advantages are gone, where they are small chaos rather than the system itself. And we see absolute Batman fighting a bunch of criminals, a world where hope is the underdog, where it's the villain, the opposing force. And we see absolute Superman. It is a universe that exists out of time and space, hidden as the truth was hidden from me. Its timeline complete and yet still solidifying. Above all, it is mine. It is reality where I can finally become what I was meant to be, where I am unleashed, where my voice will shake planets. A reality where Darkseid will be. I will return for that other world and crush it. We then see Booster Gold being transported to this universe, all by himself, no Skeets, no other heroes, just looking up and saying, "Oh no, I see where I am. I gotta get back. I have to send a warning," before Darkseid shoots Omega Beams at him and he dodges it before looking up again to see just how crazy this new universe is and all the heroes and villains that are part of Darkseid's legion. And that is where it ends. So crazy start to it. That also feels really cool, like it's closing the book on the old DC universe and Darkseid's relationship with the Justice League, and starts a new saga, a new story with Booster Gold, Superman, Darkseid, all these people at the center of it, at the heart of it. And really, it looks like it's gonna tell a story we've never seen before, and I'm really excited about it. Also, a cool parallel, Marvel's new Ultimate Universe started with a maker, right? It was created by the villain, and now Darkseid is intertwined with the creation of the Absolute Universe. But I still have no idea which direction this is gonna go in. This whole Justice League Unlimited thing, the whole new universe, I love it. I'm so excited. So if you want me to continue telling this story as the series come out, leave a like on this video and comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, that is the video. Thank you for watching.